What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another 2K video. Now 2K20 is right around the corner. There's gonna be a lot of new players coming in. There's gonna be a lot of players that are gonna be switching positions. A lot of those players are gonna switch to ball handlers. They might have been a center before, now they're gonna be a ball handler. I don't know. So that means that there's gonna be a lot of players that want to know how to be really effective at ball handling. Now obviously 2K20 is not out yet. A lot of things are gonna change, but that's why I wanted to make this tutorial, because this tutorial isn't showing you how to do dribble moves. This tutorial isn't showing you what are the most OP dribble moves. No, this tutorial is how to be a really good ball handler. This applies not only to 2K19, but I guarantee you it's gonna apply to 2K20, and I guarantee you it's gonna apply to every other 2K after that. And the reason I guarantee that is because I've been a point guard since 2K11, and I've used a lot of these things since then. Obviously a lot of them I've picked up through the years, and the best part about this video is that you don't really have to be a pro at 2K to be able to pull off the stuff that I'm gonna teach you today, because the stuff that I'm gonna teach you today are fundamentals, but things that a lot of people don't do. So if you're a beginner, you know, this is gonna be an amazing tutorial for you. If you're somebody that's advanced with 2K, but you're still probably gonna learn a thing or two, so definitely stick out for the whole video. And make sure you hit that like button if you enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get going. Alright guys, so when it comes to dribbling, the number one thing that I personally do is that I always watch my defender, right? I use my defender as a signal to what I'm gonna do. And that's what I recommend all the new players do. It's just use your defender as a signal. Never ever walk up court and say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna hit this guy with a crossover. Oh, you know what, I'm gonna hit this guy with a behind the back. Only do that if you know that he's not gonna be able to react to it. He's not gonna be able to guard that. Okay, if you're confident that your defender is not gonna be able to guard that, then yeah, hit him with, you know, whatever move you have in mind. But for the most part, try to look at your defender and adjust to his play style. See how he plays defense and react to it. And I'm telling you, by the third, fourth quarter, he's not gonna be able to guard you anymore, because you'll have figured him out completely. And I see a lot of dribble guys, they walk up court and they will just start spamming a string of combos. And if you're a really good dribble guy, this is really effective, right? Especially in the park, there's a lot of space and some people do it really well, therefore they're pretty much impossible to guard. But for the new players, you don't know how to string these combos together, then try not to do that. Try to just, you know, keep it simple. Look at what I'm doing in these clips. I'm just hitting them with one or two moves and completely destroying them. And that is because I watch what my defender is doing. I react to how he's playing defense. Another thing that you'll see me do is use their own momentum against them, especially when people come from behind you. People that play full court press, right? They'll reach, they'll miss, you'll walk it up court, they're coming from behind you, they're done. If you use their momentum against them correctly, they're completely done. Check out some of these clips. You'll see people that are coming from behind me, people that are coming from my right side, my left side. They have no way to recover, because once I hit them with, like, once I use their own momentum against them and I hit them with any move that goes the opposite way to where they're coming from, or to, you know, where they're going, they're done, because they'll have to move their thumbs from one side of the stick to the complete opposite side of the stick. Now you have to master this, because the timing has to be not perfect, but you know, the better it is your timing, the better it's gonna work, especially because lockdowns, they're gonna be recovering from a lot of these moves that I'm doing right here a lot faster than regular archetypes, right? But for the most part, if you use the momentum against them, they'll be done. You know, there's nothing they're gonna be able to do. And the number one thing I'll say is always try to keep your defender from being in front of you, right? And even if they're in front of you, always have them leaning to one side or the other. And you'll see right here, my defender, he's in front of me, right? But he's leaning a little bit to the right. You know, if they're leaning a little bit to the left, you can use it as well. Obviously, you know, make sure that they're always leaning to one side. Never try to always keep your defender from being in front of you, like straight up in front of you. And it's harder to do against bigger defenders, because you know, they have such a wider body than, you know, smaller defenders. But if they're slow, this is really easy. But like I said, lockdowns, it's really difficult. But you'll see me right here. I'm basically just hitting this defender with simple crossovers and his, you know, simple spin moves, and that's because he's leaning to one way. And whenever you do a crossover or a spin move or behind the back or whatever, you get like a boost, and if they're leaning to one way, you're gonna go past them extremely fast. So that's why I always like to set up my defender to be leaning one way. Here's another thing that is super important, and this is gonna come into play especially against lockdown. This is extremely important against lockdown, and that is you always want to keep a little bit of a distance. Now I'm not sure how long that distance would have to be. I just kind of know, but you can see in some of these clips the distance that I'm keeping from my defender. Or if it's a lockdown, this doesn't apply to, I mean, it applies to every single archetype, because the more distance you have, the harder it's gonna be for them to bump you. But especially for lockdowns, you cannot let them get close to you. You cannot let them bump you. If they bump you, it's over. It's over. You always have to keep a little bit of a distance between you and them. Keep that in mind, guys. This is the #1 thing I'm always gonna tell you. If you run out of stamina, right, it's over. You gotta give up the ball. And if a lockdown bumps you, you're more than likely gonna run out of stamina. And not only that, but they're probably gonna steal it. So always keep a little bit of a distance between you and a lockdown. And another thing that would happen once you start keeping distance from them is you're gonna notice that they're gonna be reaching a lot. And a lot of times, if you have a big enough distance, when they reach, they're gonna miss, and it's gonna give you an opening for you to go around them. And I'm telling you from experience, because I play with what I consider one of the best lockdowns in 2K. He's one of the best lockdowns in the game, and I'm telling you, the one thing that I do against him to be able to beat him is to just keep my distance and wait for him to reach, or just keep my distance and wait for him to lean to each side, or so that way I can go around them. Now if you see yourself losing the ball a lot, make sure that you start holding LT or L2, and what this is gonna do is gonna help you cover the ball a lot more. You have your body in between the ball and the defender, that way it's gonna be harder for them to steal it. They're still gonna steal it sometimes, so just be careful, but it's gonna make it a lot harder for them. Another really effective way to use this mechanic is if somebody's behind you, because you can hold them back and keep them behind you. And another way to use this pretty effective, if you notice that, say the center, for example, right, if the center is full court pressing and he goes for a steal and he misses, you wanna use this mechanic to hold that center, to hold him back, and that's gonna give some time for your center to now walk up court and have a wide open dunk or a wide open layup, and it makes it a 5-on-4 situation. So guys, I hope this video helped you out. If it did, make sure you hit that like button and comment down below. Also make sure that if it didn't help you, comment down below with some things that you might know that I didn't mention. That way, any other player that's coming new to the game, they can read the comment section and they can learn from you. And hell, I can learn too. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification, because I will be uploading a lot more, especially when 2K20 comes out. I might do this tutorial again and include other things that are specific to NBA 2K20. So I'll see you guys in the next video.